Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Argentina.
Nigerian national anthem, arise, O compatriots. The two teams now start jogging and make their way to their respective ends to warm up as the mascots leave the field. Earlier on in Group B, South Korea beat Greece 2-0. This is the second match in that group. Argentina against Nigeria, live on 5 Live. Our commentary team this afternoon, who went for a bonding jog this morning. I'll let you decide who was the fastest. And Nigel Adderley, David Moyes, and first of all, Darren Fletcher.
Thanks, Mark. What I will be honest enough to admit is that Graham Taylor, in his 60s, jogged a lot further than I did in my 30s, and I'm not going to be too proud to admit that, because had I not admitted that, David Moyes would certainly have put me in my place. Well, the two sides are down there, and if you look around this Ellis Park Stadium, you could almost be in the River Plate Stadium in Buenos Aires, because it's absolutely full of blue and white shirted Argentina supporters. There is a fair few Nigeria fans in here, but it's a real significant sight. All of these South American fans crammed into this stadium. The scene of South Africa's historic World Cup triumph in the Rugby World Cup way back in '95, that iconic scene of Nelson Mandela handing over the trophy to Francois Pienaar. But it's all about the World Cup today. Clear blue skies above the stadium, just a slight chill in the air now. It will get much colder here in this South African winter as the sunshine fades away. But it's a really exciting prospect we've got here. Argentina, one of the pre-tournament favourites to win this competition, against the Nigeria side, who in past World Cups have certainly provided their fair share of entertainment. The teams are lining up like this: 6 Premier League players on show, 4 for Nigeria, a couple for Argentina. The Argentina side first, which is really geared to get the best out of Lionel Messi. Sergio Romero is the goalkeeper. Then Jonas Gutierrez of Newcastle, Martin Di Michaelis and Walter Samuel in the centre, and Gabriel Heinze on the left-hand side. Javier Mascherano, the captain from Liverpool, anchors the midfield. In there with Juan Sebastian Veron and Angel Di Maria, with Lionel Messi behind Carlos Tevez and Gonzalo Higuain. An absolute embarrassment of riches attacking-wise for Argentina. Those 3 players managed 105 goals between them domestically this season. And this Group B game in Ellis Park in Johannesburg is underway, and Argentina in those blue and white striped shirts, black shorts and white socks, are playing from left to right in the first half. Nigeria have Enyema in goal. They've got Odia, Yobo, Shitu and Taiwo at the back. Then the three in midfield, Haruna, Atuhu and Keita, with Obasi and Abina either side of Everton's Yakubu. And Nigeria, in all green, have the possession of the ball midway inside their own half with Danny Shitu, who didn't kick a ball for Bolton in the Premier League this season, but here he is, lining up to start Nigeria's first game in the World Cup. And here's Messi, galloping forward towards the edge of the penalty area, into Tevez, might fall for Messi again. It takes a ricochet off a sea of legs and runs through to Enyema, the goalkeeper. And the first moment of panic, David Boys, is over for the Nigerian defence.
It was a poor start by Dixon Atuhu there, let the ball run under his foot, but gave Messi the opportunity. And right away, Messi brought players to him. There was 2 or 3 defenders dragged to him.
The referees have performed pretty well in the opening couple of matches of this tournament. Wolfgang Stark of Germany is in charge of this match today. Remember, from 7:30 tonight, England versus USA, live from Rustenburg. Your big match team on 5 Live, Alan Green, Mike Ingham, Graham Taylor and Chris Waddle. And there's much more build-up to that match after this one here in Johannesburg. Argentina 0, Nigeria 0. And we've played just over a minute and a half to start off this game in Group B. And here come Nigeria, attacking down the right-hand side. Couple of step-overs on the far side of the field from Haruna, who then runs into the left-back Gabriel Ence, and it's cleared away towards the halfway line. Veron tussles for it, denied the possession of the ball, though, as Nigeria can build again. And then back it goes to Yobo, just inside his own half. Shitu is almost caught in possession by Messi, but Nigeria managed to keep the possession and work it out towards the far side. And Keita crossed in towards the Argentina penalty area, runs through towards Abasi on the left-hand side, away from Gutierrez, and the shot across the face of goal wasn't too far away, David Moyes.
That's very good, good open play. And actually Nigeria have started their boys wide, and it looks like Haruna is maybe going to try and play around Messi alongside Dixon Atuhu, but they got good width there, and it was a bit of a chance they had.
Well, first real test defensively for Jonas Gutierrez, who of course predominantly is a right-sided midfield player for Newcastle, and he was found wanting there as that shot came in from inside the penalty area on the left-hand side. Here's Veron with that trademark white bandage still just below his right knee. No injury there anymore, but as he openly admits, he wears it for superstitious purposes, does the former Manchester United and Chelsea midfield player. Argentina have it then with Martin Di Michelis of Bayern Munich, short and square to Mascherano, and then out towards Ainsley on the left-hand side on the halfway line as Argentina build patiently. Forward it goes down the left to Di Maria. David knows all about him from those games against Benfica for Everton. Now here's Messi, accelerating through the gears into the penalty area, crossed in towards Higuain, and how did he miss from 6 yards out? Messi was mesmeric, Higuain couldn't find the finish.
Fantastic, it really was. Messi went right through them there, down the side of Joseph Yobo, and cut it back, and really he should score. It's a big miss.
Well, he certainly started off with purpose, and we've just seen a shot of Maradona in his smart suit inside the Argentina technical area, and he danced a little jig along the touchline because he thought that was going to be Argentina's first goal, and it should have been. And already we've seen a couple of occasions where Messi has picked the ball up in a deep position, accelerated with that wonderful close control, and run right to the heart of the Nigerian defence, and it almost and should have brought a goal for the Real Madrid striker Gonzalo Higuain. Tackle made on the halfway line of Mascherano on the far side by Odi at the right back. Breaks now on the left hand side to Di Maria, and he can run forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Just lost control, and Nigeria managed to win it back, but now Yobo's lost the ball. Higuain left hand side for Argentina into the penalty area, still going the man from Real Madrid back towards Veron, and that's intercepted and brought clear by Abasi. Played forward quickly towards the run of Abina down the right-hand side. That was well read, though, by Walter Samuel, and it's played back towards Sergio Romero, the goalkeeper, away to our left-hand side. If you're Lars Lagerbeck, you're a little bit concerned already by the influence that Messi's having, David.
Yeah, I mean, they've really lined up, I think, more like a 4-4-2, Nigeria. And what it is meaning is, that the players are coming in between them, popping in between them. Messi, Di Maria, Tevez, they're all getting on in spaces, and I just think it could be worrying. But again, Nigeria themselves had a good break there, and just a poor pass that gave them a chance to get, or they would have been through.
Argentina world champions in 78 and 86. Here's Messi into the penalty area towards Higuain, and slid away by the Nigeria captain Yobo from the edge of the penalty area, as again Argentina just maybe one pass away from a very good opportunity, and Nigeria give it away. And here's Messi just outside the D, tried to pick out the top corner, and it's fingertipped away by Enyema for a corner. He linked up superbly well with Carlos Tevez and almost provided the perfect finish.
Yeah, really good play again. But again, Nigeria giving the ball away. And as Kevin, if they're going to give it away against Argentina, then they're going to be in trouble.
It's the 10th successive time that Argentina have qualified for the World Cup finals, their 20th appearance in total. And when you think back to 86 and you think about all the good that Maradona did during that tournament with the goal, outside of the hand of God, you wonder whether Messi can emulate that feat here in 2010 in South Africa. Corner delivered by Veron. Free header for Heinze, and it's in the top corner, and it's not taken Argentina long at all to score the first goal. Diving header by Gabriel Heinze, completely unmarked. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0.
Brilliantly worked corner kick. It really was. Veron picked him out, and Heinze ran off, and the celebrations on the touchline is something. Maradona and all the players are involved in it. And what a really good goal. Well, good corner kick taken by Veron, and Heinze came and met it. A bit of zonal marking it looked like, and edge of the box they've caught out Nigeria.
Well, Maradona now turns cheerleader, and he's pumping his fist and he's screaming at the bench. It means so much to the former Argentina captain. Wonderfully worked set piece, but you've got to ask the questions defensively of Nigeria. A free header from 12 yards. And it's amazing, really, David. We've built up all of this attacking talent on show in this Argentina team, and it's the left back that scores the first goal for them.
Yeah, well, I think you should know about Heinze. Heinze is good in the air. He's been at Manchester United, and I'm surprised that they weren't aware of him. He was at the edge of the box and made his run from late. It was a really good header as well to finish it off.
Won the French Championship this season with Marseille, did Gabriel Heinze, and he's made a big impact on the tournament. It took Argentina 6 minutes for the first goal, and in truth they might have scored before that had Higuain been a little bit more decisive in front of goal and Messi not being denied by Enyema with a flying save. So Argentina 1, Nigeria 0 on 5 Live from the BBC, with the drums beating inside Ellis Park in Johannesburg. And what is slightly more noticeable today, the vuvuzelas aren't quite as loud as they were in Soccer City Stadium yesterday. It's a slightly smaller stadium, just over 60,000 the capacity, as opposed to 94,000 in Soccer City, and it is a little bit more easier on the ears. That's noticeable.
It certainly is. At the game yesterday, the noise which was made aside the stadium was incredible. It really was. But here's an opportunity now for Nigeria to see if they can deliver a good free kick into the box.
The foul was on Haruna, who just limps away, playing because John Obi Mikel declared himself unfit for the tournament. So Haruna, the youngster, gets an opportunity. Taiwo with a free kick from the left into the penalty area, straight at Romero, the goalkeeper, and that's a comfortable save. If you look at the back four for Argentina, all 4 players won the championship domestically. Gutierrez for Newcastle, De Michelis at Bayern Munich, Samuel for Inter Milan, and Heinze for Marseille. And they've got 3 ponytails in the back 5 have Argentina, the goalkeeper, Gutierrez and De Michelis. You wouldn't find it very easy to spot them apart. Here's Messi, drops very deep to get involved for Argentina, runs into the Nigeria half, faced by Haruna to Veron, and then Veron out to Gutierrez, who's got licence to get forward down the right. Gutierrez's cross, little push there in the centre by Tevez, not spotted by the referee. Di Maria back to Tevez, edge of the penalty area, widens the angle for the shot, and it's cleared away by Yobo from inside the box for Nigeria. But there's a real ominous look, David Moyes, about the way Argentina have started.
At the moment it looks as if it's going to be a long afternoon for Nigeria just now. They just can't contain them at all. And Argentina looking really strong and good players they have.
Fantastic colourful scene inside Ellis Park with the green of Nigeria, the blue and white of Argentina, and always sprinkled into the crowd the green and gold of South Africa. A lot of South African shirts inside the stadium, and the vast majority of supporters able to watch this match on a gigantic jumbo screen behind Romero's goal away to our left hand side. Just a very small part of the pitch still has sunshine now, the rest of it in shade. The local time here is 4:10 as Samuel is caught in possession by one of the Nigerian players, Abina on the right, low driven ball in towards Yakubu, and steered behind by Inter Milan. Samuel for a corner, did manage to atone for his error.
When he got to the byline, Yak makes a great movement. He comes off the defender, he just needs to stand the ball up, because it was never going to get through to Yak the way it got there. Not a good ball in the end, but it's a corner kick for Nigeria and gives them an opportunity.
One problem that Nigeria may have is that Lars Lagerbäck, the coach, has had something like 3 weeks to prepare his team for the tournament. Didn't arrive until after the Africa Cup of Nations, so it's a relative learning curve for him. They've got a corner here, trailing by a goal to nil, and Lukman Haruna, the youngster, has gone across to take it with extremely bright yellow boots on. The referee Wolfgang Stark is just having a chat with Gutierrez and Etuhu on the edge of the penalty area. A bit of pushing and shoving there. Low corner, which is cleared away comfortably by Juan Veron, and out for a throw-in on the far side. South Korea at the moment have control of Group B. They beat Greece 2-0 earlier today. Manchester United's Ji-sung Park among the scorers, and having watched that game here in the commentary position, you feel Greece have an awful lot to do, because South Korea were totally dominant in that match. Here, it's Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. The goal scored by Gabriel Heinze from a Veron corner after 6 minutes of the match. And the green shirts of Nigeria forward for this attack. Haruna tried to play it forward, denied by Mascherano, and then Tevez smartly plays it infield to Messi. First time to Di Maria. Veron doesn't take the ball with him, and now Nigeria have it back again with Abassi. Poked out then by Abina towards the right back. Odia crossed into the middle, and Danny Shitu was the target in the centre. He got his jump right, but then he was just taken away from him by Jonas Gutierrez, and it's gone out for a throw-in, I think via a Shitu deflection on this right side to Argentina. And I've got to say that I agree with Shitu. He said to the referee that it was flicked away by Gutierrez.
It was.
He's right, yeah.
Gutierrez actually won a good header at the back post. They've had a couple of crosses in Nigeria. They had a little chance there a minute ago, and it's another one. So it's not all Argentina.
I'm on the Maradona watch. The pudgy, pint-sized figure is stood with his arms folded on the edge of the Argentina technical area. Yakubu's crossed from the left. That was always going to be difficult for Keita to get on in the centre, and it rolls out for a throw-in on the far side to Argentina. He's probably covered as much ground at the moment as anybody out there. He's from one side to the other, Maradona, with a pretty stern look on his face, the white flecks and the dark black beard and the shaggy hair, and wanders back to the bench and has a chat with one of his assistant coaches. So far so good for the man who won the World Cup with Argentina in '86 and played over 90 times for his country. And I think everybody will agree, outside of the hand of God, the goal he scored against England all those years ago is one that we'll never forget. Yeah, well, he can't do anything about it now. Standing in the touchline as the manager, you can only give the information and stand back and let the players go over the white line and do the business, and that's what he's got to do now. Yakubu denied on the edge of the penalty area by Di Michaelis, and then flicked away by Mascherano towards Messi. Messi won the flick on. Higuain on the halfway line for Argentina, and he's done well to navigate himself out of the cul-de-sac. Plays it back to Juan Veron, and then back to Gutierrez midway inside his own half on this right-hand side. So Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. Gabriel Heinze with the opening goal after 6 minutes here in Group B in Johannesburg. Remember, a little bit later on, 7:30 your time, England versus USA from Rustenburg. All the big match build-up after this game. Here's Messi. Messi, though, this time loses possession, which is very unlike him. And Nigeria have the ball again with Abina inside the centre circle. Out towards Abassi on the left, and then overlapping down the right is another man from Marseille, Tewo, the left back. He's tackled by Gutierrez, and this time they do get the throw in Nigeria down the left-hand side. Slightly easier, that one, for Wolfgang Stark to spot. Nigeria's just beginning to get a little bit better foothold in the game now. They're beginning to get a bit more possession. They've given the ball away too often early on in the game. So they're now getting a little bit more. Yakubu's header back, and then the snapshot from just inside the penalty area from Abassi, which is well wide and almost went out for a throw-in, just managed to stay in for a goal kick. I thought that was a half chance for him. I don't know if they'll get an awful lot better than that. It was Yak laid it down nicely. Just looking at a replay of the Argentina goal, and Walter Samuel played a significant part in it, because we saw the Mexican team do this a lot yesterday, block the defenders when the ball's coming in, and they called Samuel the wall, and the defender that he was blocking, I think it might have been Yobo, found it virtually impossible to get around him, and hence Heinze got the free header. Yeah, they'd pushed 4 players in against the defenders of Nigeria and kept him in and let Heinze run from the edge of the box. Haruna denied by Messi, who tracks back and gets a foot in on the challenge, and it's back to the man we were just talking about, Walter Samuel of Inter Milan, Champions League winner this season, 5 successive Serie A titles as well, for one of the longest serving players in this Argentina squad. Here's Veron with the goatee beard and the bald head and that languid style of his with the shirt outside his shorts. Fantastic ball in towards Messi. Messi in for Argentina. Goalkeeper got there, dropped it initially, and then was able to pick it up at the feet of the Barcelona man.
What a great pass by Veron to put Messi in. It really was. Messi made his run from deep and Veron picked him out, and it was half a yard away from getting through.
So many attacking options in this Argentina side. Here's one of them, Tevez. Lookman's gone down injured just outside the centre circle. It's on this right-hand side by Higuain, and in the spirit of fair play that Maradona's talked about, kicks the ball out so that Lookman Haruna can get some treatment from the Nigeria physio.
Well, I'm not a great lover of this when you kick the ball out, because it means that people can get down easy and get injured. The referee should make the decision, and I think if I was a coach, I'd have been angry that he didn't go on and play on.
We talked about this Argentina system, which we can just mention while we've got this slight break in play. We've said that Maradona's tried to free up Messi, but I think the way it's set up probably suits Veron as well, because he finds a lot of space and time on the ball.
Yeah, Veron and Mascherano's really the one who's sitting in front. Veron a little bit higher up, but Di Maria a bit further left than maybe we thought, and Tevez is pushed a little bit more towards the right. But overall, I mean, what we have to say is, do we give the coach credit for the work in the corner kick to make it as Maradona done his first move as a manager to work the corner and score a goal from it?
Here's Tevez down the line towards Gutierrez. Taiwo tracks back for Nigeria. Gutierrez's cross will land on the roof of the net. Will you tell me? You're a manager.
Yeah,
Would you want credit for that set piece?
I think Diego Maradona's been out working on the training ground with the players and worked a terrific corner kick moving, which has got them the goal. You
heard it from David Moyes on 5 Live. He's still got his arms folded. I'm not sure whether somebody's put Velcro on that suit and he can't open them.
I thought I looked nervous, but he looks worse than me at the moment, Diego Maradona.
Looks
when
like
he's
in a straight jacket down there, David. Anyway, Argentina lead Nigeria 1-0 on 5 Live, with England against USA to come, and all of the games, all 64 of them, from the stadium. The only place you'll hear that on 5 Live. We are officially your World Cup station. Throw into Nigeria, 10 yards inside the Argentina half on the left-hand side, with 17 minutes played, and Argentina leading thanks to Gabriel Eitze's 6-minute goal from a perfectly flighted Juan Veron corner from the right-hand side. The throw-in's going to be taken from just about next to Maradona, who might just have said something to Taiwo. Was he prepared to take it? Up the line it goes towards Abassi, who holds off Veron, plays the ball out towards the other side of the field, towards Keita, and then it goes on towards the right-back, Odia, who is inside Argentina territory. Crossed in towards the edge of the penalty area, steered away by Di Michaelis with a ponytail for Argentina. And now they've lost it. Shitu, the culprit, forward towards Messi. Yobo's got to get across, the captain, with the bright yellow armband on his left sleeve and the short sleeve shirt. And the man from Everton does his manager proud by holding off Messi and clearing the ball away. But they're finding it hard to keep possession, Nigeria, aren't they? Yeah, they aren't getting enough of it at the moment, and they keep giving the ball away. And if they do, then they're going to... I mean, Argentina will have enough of the ball without them giving it away. Here's the little man Messi. Runs across the edge of the penalty area, tried to curl it left-footed. And it was the second save by Enyema to deny the Barcelona man, this time plunging to his right to fingertip it away before it was cleared out for a throw-in by Odia. Well, that was him coming off the line where he plays for Barcelona, as everybody's well aware, coming in from the right onto his good left foot, and he bent it into the far corner and the keeper pushed it away. He's got total free rein in this Argentina team to pop up where he wants, take the possession where he wants it, and then do the damage from there. Midway inside the Nigeria half is Messi in possession now. Didn't pick out Veron with his pass, and it's gone back towards Taiwo, the left back, on this left-hand side. Short pass then towards Abassi, who plays his football in Germany for Hoffenheim, and then up towards Abina, and that's headed out by Di Michaelis for a throw into Nigeria on the left-hand side. If they can keep it tight, David, and restrict Argentina to this one-goal lead, they'll always be in the game. If it stays at 1, they're always in the game, and it looked for a moment or two there Argentina were going to run away with it, but they've had 1 or 2 half opportunities, Nigeria. Lars Lagerbäck has got his hands in his pocket on the edge of his technical area down below, and just for a change, Maradona's gone back into the dugout with his hands in his pockets just down below us here. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. Nigeria coming forward with a Tuhu, floated into the penalty area towards the far side where he'd spotted Keita's run, but it's just gone slightly too far for the man who plays in Russia at Vladi Kafkaz, and it's going to be a goal kick away to our left for Argentina. What I've noticed in the 2 games I've seen, well, this one and yesterday, was that any long balls at all seem to be floating out the pitch. You know, that, like there's Dixon Atuyi made a diagonal pass there and it floated away, as if it's the altitude or as everybody's talking about the quality of the football at the moment. David Moyes, the Everton manager, with us on 5 Live, one of our key men at the World Cup this summer in South Africa. And I've got to say, the tournament has started off fantastically, with goals in most of the games, 1 or 2 fantastic strikes and some brilliant football. And here comes Messi for Argentina. and he was just tackled there by Haruna from behind. I think Messi thought he might have been tripped by the youngster. The referee was in a good position and said play on, and therefore on the far side Mascherano heads it forward and out of play for a Nigeria throw-in midway inside their own half. So the Argentina team is captained by a player from Liverpool, the Nigeria team captained by a player from Everton. Neither of them captains at their club, but all the same, huge responsibilities, and I'm sure a very proud moment for Joseph Yobo, a player you know very, very well.
Definitely. It's great for Joe, who's been a great servant for Everton, but also for Nigeria.
Tevez into the penalty area. Higuain for two, saved by the goalkeeper. And had it not been for Victor Wanyama, Argentina would be out of sight by now.
Should score. Good pass by Tevez to play him in, and that's Higuain had 2 chances already.
Here's at Mascherano, midway inside the Nigeria half. They come again in the blue and white striped shirts. 2 former Manchester United players combined, Varane and Tevez. Momentary loss of possession for Argentina, but they've got it back again with Tevez on the right hand side, infield to Varane. Messi always available, back to Varane again, and there's a real confident look about this Argentina team. Tevez to Varane to Higuain, despairing last ditch challenge by Shitu, one back by Higuain for Argentina. Out towards the left-hand side, and the goal scorer Ainse, who just moves in off the touchline. Bit of space for him. Higuain just outside the penalty area, made a bit of a dart. That takes a deflection, and it's gone behind for an Argentina corner. David Moyes.
Let's see if the coaches worked another one from the other side this time. They certainly got it from the first corner kick.
I think what they have learned is that Walter Samuel will be blocking one of those central defenders, and Yema's gone down injured. Not sure if that's a legacy of the save from Higuain, because he's certainly not been challenged by an Argentina player since then. Seems to be holding a bit of a tender place, which we won't describe too much. He's got a bit of a grimace on the face, the goalkeeper, but he's been fantastic so far, hasn't he, Enyema?
Yeah, he's had a couple of good saves, and Nigeria need to stay in the game as long as they can now. If they get a second goal, Argentina, then I think it will be very difficult for them to stay in it at all.
Played against England 4 years ago at the World Cup, did Enyema. Plays for Hapoel Tel Aviv at club level, and he's in all yellow, and he's on his knees just outside the 6-yard box being spoken to by the physio. And while all that's going on, Diego Maradona is just having a word with Juan Varane. He's just managed to unfold his arms for a second and point 1 or 2 things out. Varane took a drink in the process, and with the instructions passed on, Varane's back on the field for Argentina. So the provider of the first goal won't be taking this corner. It's going to be delivered by Lionel Messi from the left-hand side. Floated into the middle towards Di Michaelis, headed goalwards by Samuel. He was headed down into the ground and bounced up over the bar, but it was another well-worked set piece from Argentina.
Maybe should score again. He just heads it down to the ground, it bounced over the bar, but Nigeria will need to do better. It looks as if they're trying to semi-zone mark, or 1 or 2 of them pick up, and they've just not quite got it right yet. They'll need to get tighter to them.
The thoughts of David Moyes on 5 Live. So one-way traffic so far. Argentina lead Nigeria 1-0, and here's Nigel Adderley.
Thank you, Darren. As Enyema clears downfield for Nigeria, still really trying to find a foothold in this game, and they'll be grateful to their goalkeeper for 3 excellent saves so far. A long ball played forward by Haruna, looking for the run of Yakubu, and into the arms of Sergio Romero, the Argentinian goalkeeper, away to our left. And if you are Nigeria, of course, David, going 1-0 down, of course, changes the game plan, but is 1-0 with maybe 15 minutes to go still a good situation for them?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get any worse for them, they'll be happy enough to get through with it. Just now, you just look and think Argentina look as if they could score at any moment, but that's not to say Nigeria have had 1 or 2 chances. They really do.
Argentina lead here by a 1-0 on BBC 5 Live, your World Cup station. England against the USA coming up live from Rustenburg at 7:30, followed by 6:06 with Alan Green taking your views, 0500 909 693. And tomorrow from 6 a.m, Nicky Campbell will be live in Rustenburg with 5 Live breakfast. Here, Nigeria have a throw-in midway inside the Argentinian half. Down this near side there left, taken by Tewu, and down the line for Yakubu, who just for a second there turns away from the challenge, tries to play it into the penalty area, cleared away by Samuel, and Varane can't spare the throw into Nigeria down this near side. Yeah,
Yak's very good at that. He's able to turn them and roll them down the outside there, and that's twice he's done it. He's got to the byline. I don't know if he had an awful lot to play to Yak when he got there, but it was a great turn.
And Tewu, one of two Marseille left-backs on the pitch today, alongside the goal scorer Ainse, will take a long throw for Nigeria, which may go a bit longer in this thin, high-altitude air. In towards the near post, flicked on by Atuhu. The shot will come in, and it's not too far away in the end. Snatched that by Keita on the edge of the penalty area. Wasn't closed down, and Argentina have a goal kick.
Yeah, it's another half chance. I think that if you get those opportunities you want to do, it's a chance right in the edge of the box for the lad to volley it, and he makes a right hash of it.
A real miskick there from Sani Keita. Lars Laderbäck shows his displeasure inside the Nigerian dugout, and really you couldn't have two more opposite figures here. The suave, urbane Diego Maradona today in his suit, and Lars Laderbäck, the very experienced Swedish coach, in his green Nigerian tracksuit. He helped to knock out Argentina when he was the part of the joint Swedish managerial team back in Japan and South Korea back in 2002. But rather like Sven-Göran Eriksson at the Ivory Coast, another Swede, he's only taken over with a few weeks to go before the World Cup, and it's immensely difficult to find any sort of rhythm and winning formation in so little time. As Argentina try and bring it forward on the far side, a ball from Mascherano wide towards Ainse, who miscontrols, and it's going to be a throw-in to Nigeria as the drums throb away from the gaggle of Argentinian fans high up away to our right-hand side. And looking around this stadium, the sky blue and white of Argentina is certainly dominated, but there are pockets of the Nigerian green, and also a good number of South African fans as well. A couple of troops of school children away to our right-hand side, very smart in their school uniform as well. As a free kick's given to Nigeria midway inside the Argentinian half, and just the odd sign, David Moyes, that Nigeria are in this game now.
Nigeria just getting a little bit of a foothold in the game, and now it's a good position. They've got now a chance to deliver the ball into the box, and it might be one of the main ways for Nigeria to score. So they have to try and stay in the game and get to half-time at least only 1-0 down.
And judging by that increase in volume, it's the Nigerian fans who have the vuvuzelas here inside Ellis Park in Johannesburg. 3 green shirts over this free kick. It's right of centre, around 35 yards from goal, and Sergio Romero has organised a rather ragged-looking Argentinian wall on the edge of the penalty area, and every single Argentina player is back defending this free kick, including the likes of Tevez and Messi as well. Atuhu walks away from the ball. It's going to be played short, and eventually it's hammered into the wall by Tewu. A rather anticlimactic moment for Nigeria in the end, and it's a throw into Nigeria midway inside the Argentinian half.
Yeah, he hits it quite well at block with the wall. We've yet to see a free kick or anything even close in the 2 or 3 games I've seen so far. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get one. There's normally always a good goal in the
Good ball from Yakubu into the penalty area. A shot across the face of goal in the end from Abassi. A real chance there for Nigeria. Vision from Yakubu to pick him out down the left-hand side. Argentina hadn't seen him, and the shot was dragged across the face of goal.
Good ball by Yakubu, and maybe Gutierrez showing up there that he's maybe not a full-back. It gets beyond him. But another good chance for Nigeria now, and they've now had 2 or 3 half chances.
I was going to say, David, is it significant that Nigeria are finding plenty of joy down this near side, the left, which is Gutierrez's side? Yeah,
they're beginning to get opportunities to get in, and even early on they had 1 or 2 crosses from the other side as well. I think I'm looking at Argentina now as one of the favourites, and looking today and saying this is one of the top teams in the world, and they certainly look at in the front half of the field, or the top half of the field. They're just not quite so sure defensively if they've got enough people to win the ball back and get behind the ball.
They do have a very fine right back, Nicolas Otamendi, who plays his club football in Argentina for Vélez Sarsfield. But of course, Diego Maradona does have his own ideas and does appreciate the sort of work that Gutierrez can do going forward. And he's won the ball now, finds Tevez down this near side. The challenge comes in from Abina, and that will be a throw into Nigeria, to Argentina. 28 minutes played here on 5 Live Sport, live from Ellis Park in Johannesburg. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. The early goal, a header from Gabriel Ainse inside the first 10 minutes. And here is Ainse now on the far side, the Argentinian left. Infield to Samuel, and now Mascherano. And Argentina given plenty of room and plenty of licence to move the ball around inside their own half. Nigeria are sitting back and playing very deep to try and maybe stifle the amount of room that Tevez and Messi can have.
The interchange of positions with Argentina, and they're getting between Nigeria. Nigeria don't know who's coming in, if it's going to be Tevez, if it's going to be Messi. Veron's popping up as well, and it's making it very hard for them to get close to them at all.
Samuel again plays the ball in field to Mascherano. Messi comes short, but it's wide towards this near side, and the ponytailed Gutierrez on towards Tevez again, and now Messi coming deep and coming in field from the right, exchanging passes with Veron, and Argentina trying to work Nigeria here, but they're keeping a very disciplined 4-4-2, Lars Lardebek's team, and at the moment Argentina are finding it difficult to break them down, and Ainse has to go all the way back towards Walter Samuel, and they'll try again.
Yeah, they are, but they must have had, I don't know, maybe 20 passes in this move. They're still not giving the ball away. Nigeria can't get close to them, and they're 1-0 up at the moment, so they don't need to make too many mistakes.
And it's now given away by Mascherano, but the challenge comes in from on Haruna by Veron inside the centre circle, but Nigeria win it back again, quickly wide towards this near side, and Abassi will try and attack Gutierrez, but in the end runs out of room, and that will be a throw-in to Argentina midway inside their own half down this near side. Thrown back towards Di Michaelis, who of course was beaten by Inter Milan in the Champions League final, the Bayern Munich central defender, and wide towards Ainse. Half an hour played here, the pitch now almost completely in shadow in what is developing into a rather chilly early evening here in Ellis Park. Of course, the South African winter beginning to take shape here as Argentina just play the ball around at walking pace, and at the moment this game isn't really going anywhere.
Nigeria aren't coming out. Nigeria are just sitting there, and Argentina are saying, well, we're 1-0 up, we don't need to, we can just keep the ball at the back. If you don't come and get it, then we'll win the game. So at the moment Argentina are controlling the ball. I think both teams may be having a bit of a breather. I think the game started at a frantic pace, and both teams had chances.
Well, we are nearly 1,800 metres above sea level here. The altitude and the thin air does cause a problem, as we discovered during our jog around Johannesburg earlier on this morning.
You looked fine this morning, Nigel. I didn't see you breathing at all.
Oh, you didn't see me afterwards. Higuain plays the ball infield towards Veron, midway inside the Nigeria half. A darting run made by Tevez towards the edge of the penalty area, but Veron plays it wide towards the far side again, looking for Ainse, but the pass was overhit, and Nigeria do have a throw in midway inside their own half, and we've seen sporadic passing spells from Argentina, but they've not quite found the range yet.
No, but they've had the ball in the middle part of the field here, because Nigeria have allowed them the ball, not come out to sort of get to them. It's a good ball into Yak at the moment, and Yak's held it up well, so Nigeria are now in the attack.
And Yakubu almost manages to ride the challenge on the far side. The free kick was awarded by the assistant referee, but Nigeria have the ball and they play the advantage of running to the penalty area from Abina, but the challenge comes in and it's cleared away inside the penalty area by Ainse, and that will be a throw-in to Nigeria, although I think the goalkeeper Romero would have gathered that ball before Ainse intervened.
Yeah, I think Heinze was unaware how long he could wait, so he took no chances and kicked it out. They're throwing a couple of long balls into the box, Nigeria, as well, which we see a lot in the Premiership, teams throwing the ball in the box, or Stoke City, for example, will do it, and they've done it a couple of times, Nigeria, to try and worry them. They've got Shitu up for the long throw.
Chide Odia throws it short towards the edge of the penalty area and Abina, but in the end Nigeria give the ball away, but it's given back to them by Higuain, and Joseph Yobo, their captain, the Everton central defender, has it midway inside the Nigerian half, and he goes all the way back towards the goalkeeper Vincent Onyema, undoubtedly the man of the opening 33 minutes here. 3 terrific saves, 2 from Messi and the other one from Higuain, keeping his team in this game as we approach half time. Now Tewu runs into the challenge of Higuain, and that will be a throw-in to Nigeria on the halfway line, and Diego Maradona still pacing around the technical area, the arms no longer folded as the free kick is given. A foul by Gutierrez on Abassi, and we assumed in the first 10 minutes, David Moyes, that Argentina would blow Nigeria away, but it's not quite happened.
No, and for 10 minutes they did. They got Messi on the ball and Tevez on the ball. Higuain's missed 2 really big chances which could have put them further ahead, but Nigeria are just slowly coming back into the game.
33 minutes played, they still trail by a goal to nil. Somebody with a laser pen there was training it on the ball as Tewu plays the high free kick into the penalty area, dabbed towards the far post. Yakubu was going to make the challenge there for the header, but Sergio Romero, the goalkeeper, got there first.
There was a great chance for the goalkeeper to throw it. Di Maria made a great run out left there when the keeper grabbed it, but chose not to deliver.
And now Tevez on the halfway line down this near side, the right. The run is made by Messi, back towards Tevez again. Veron forward towards the edge of the Nigeria penalty area, but the team in all green do well to win it back in the shape of Abassi, but he goes down and no free kick has been given, although there may be some treatment here for the Nigerian midfielder who's down on his haunches just inside the Nigeria half, and Juan Sebastian Veron is trying to pull him to his feet, and I don't think Wolfgang Stark, the referee, will allow the Nigerian medical staff onto the pitch. He doesn't, and it's a throw-in to the African team down this near side. With 35 minutes played, Argentina leading here by 1-0. The early goal from Gabriel Heinze, heading in a corner. And don't forget, coming up on 5 Live at 7:30, England against the United States of America. Our top commentary team, Alan Green, Mike Ingham, Chris Waddle and Graham Taylor, live in Rustenburg, and we'll be starting our build-up live from there at the end of this game. And the game rather meandering towards half-time at the moment. 35 minutes played, and Argentina leading by 1-0.
Yeah, and it was a great goal from the corner kick. I'm just looking at Tevez is beginning to get pushed a bit more towards the right, and he's not getting in the position where we'd see him playing for Manchester City centrally or off a striker. He's beginning to go more towards the right hand side of the field, where Nigeria have had a bit of joy down that side.
Who gives the ball away to Messi, who tries to ride the challenge of Tewu, who stood up to him and was strong, and Nigeria will clear. Diego Maradona is exasperated with the fourth official down beneath us, but Argentina have it back now. But a fine challenge from Yakubu on Mascherano. Everton against Liverpool there, and it's a throw into Maradona's men midway inside the Nigerian half, taken quickly by Gutierrez into the feet of Messi. He was fouled there by Abassi, and this will be a free kick to Argentina.
Yeah, I think he knew what he was doing there, Messi. He knew how to buy the free kick. He's had lots of people coming in on him to challenge, and he's looked to turn. He's just been caught, to be fair to the lad.
And Juan Sebastian Veron over this Argentinian free kick down this near side. There, right, everybody by Yakubu is back defending for Nigeria here, and after a terrific atmosphere at the start of this game, the crowd here rather waiting for something to happen as well. Maybe Messi can provide it. Plays the ball square towards the edge of the penalty area. Back towards Messi again now. Comes in field. Left-footed shot from Messi. And yet again, Vincent Nyema with a great save to pull the ball away.
Fantastic Messi. A great pass by Di Maria. He gets inside the box. Messi, the keeper's made a save. I don't think the linesman, the referee have got it right, but the keeper makes a save. What an effort by Messi. I thought it was in the top corner.
And Nyema went with the wrong hand as well.
Yeah, it was a good save. He kept it out.
Well, the assistant referee down this near side and Wolfgang Stark have eventually given the correct decision. Argentina have a corner on the far side, and in rather languid fashion, Lionel Messi is going across to take this for Argentina, and that's 3 times now in the first half already. Messi has tried to bend shots into that far corner, and on every occasion Nyema has managed to make the save. Messi plays the corner short towards Di Maria. High ball towards the far post again, headed up in the air by Shitu. Gutierrez tries to head the ball back in field, but Abina beats him to it, and now Veron plays a good ball wide to the far side, controlled by Messi on the head. Instant control now with the feet, finds Di Maria inside the penalty area, just couldn't fasten onto the pass, and it's volley cleared by Shitu up towards the halfway line. A chase on the far side, the right for Abina. The challenge comes in from Samuel, and that will be a throw into Nigeria. Here's David Moyes.
There's some great bits of play. It was a great pass by Veron out to Messi, and a delicate flick of the ball over ahead to put Di Maria in when they just nearly get in again. The Argentinians have certainly got great ability in the final third of the field. It's just there again, there was just an opportunity where Nigeria got a bit of a counter-attack chance, and you know, with a bit more care they might have been able to take it.
And Gutierrez just shepherds the ball behind down this near side. That will be a Nigerian concession of a goal kick for Argentina down this near side. Maradona still very, very animated beneath us. He used 107 players, David, in the 18 months he's been in charge so far.
I think this is why everybody's a little bit uncertain, and I'm looking at him and he doesn't look quite, I was going to say experienced as a manager. I'm not. I'm always out in the touchline and jumping up and down as well, and I think when you're a younger manager you do that, and that's certainly what Diego Maradona is. He's a young manager, and he's out there showing his team that how much it matters to him.
Nigeria give the ball away again, but then win it back inside their own half, and now Shitu thinks about the back pass, but he was closed down by Messi and thinks better of it, plays it square towards Yobo, but Yobo's pass towards Atuhu was a rather dicey thing in that situation. It's played long forward by Nigeria towards this near side, and there may be a problem for Gutierrez because he leapt high in the air there trying to head the ball back in field, and he's gone down clutching possibly his right arm, and he's wandered towards this near side. The Argentinian medical team are out towards the edge of the technical area, but in the end he decides to play on.
I think they're tough boys, the Argentinian boys. I don't think they do go down easy, and I think Gutierrez is a year or two in England as well, and they'll be used to it. So I don't think MD wants to come off in the games. I think these games, once you get into them, you've been training for a month now to play, so I think they'll all be excited and want to stay on.
Nigeria play a long ball forward down this near side, but Di Michaelis plays it back towards Sergio Romero, who clears long downfield, looking for Di Maria down the left. It's headed away by Yobo, but now Ainse, the only goal scorer so far, with 5 minutes to play in the first half, plays it forward, looking for Higuain, but it's cleared away well by Odia. And now Nigeria trying to build in what's been a rather mundane passage of play for the last 15 minutes or so. Wide towards the far side again by Haruna, looking for the run of Abassi, but Nigeria choose to be patient. Wide towards this near side again, where Abassi pops up, and he's fouled there by Gutierrez, and that will be a free kick to Nigeria.
Nigeria just beginning to get 4 or 5 passes strung together. It was a good diagonal pass by Joseph Yobo out here, and they're just beginning to get, as I say, a little bit into the game.
And there's the first booking today. Jonas Gutierrez has been shown the yellow card by Wolfgang Stark, and we did maybe speculate before the game, David, that could be a weak area for Argentina.
It is, and you know, and I'm saying Tevez is drifting out to right. He's not getting an awful lot of protection out here, and they are trying to get out this side. So Gutierrez is now not probably a right back in the first place, but as well as that, he's not getting a great deal of protection in front of him, and because of that, Nigeria beginning to get a bit of joy down this left side.
Free kick which will be taken by Tewu. Swung high into the penalty area towards the far post, fisted away by Romero, and there were 2 Nigerian players standing there. I think Shitu and Yakubu both unmarked there, 8 yards out. Now a high ball played into the penalty area from the right, way overhit, and behind for a goal kick to Argentina.
I think he's letting the throw in get taken again. A better ball in by the left back there.
Another foul throw there by Nigeria on the far side. There's been 3 or 4 which the officials have allowed to go as it's played wide towards the far side. The run is made down the right by Abina, but Argentina try and smuggle the ball away, but don't manage to do so. It's played back into the penalty area by Keita. Rather messy and rather scrappy on the far side, and it will be a throw in to Nigeria again. 41 minutes played here on 5 Live Sport. Argentina lead Nigeria in Group B by a 1-0 already today in this group in Port Elizabeth. South Korea beat Greece by 2-0.
That's a foul throw we were talking about there. He didn't give it before. This time he has. Nigeria just beginning to get a bit of possession, and they just might need to be careful that this might be where Argentina are most dangerous. When they give the ball away, Messi will get between them and they'll counter-attack very quickly.
Messi tries to win the ball now on the halfway line, but he's beaten to it by Haruna. But Argentina do win the ball back, but there's not been the snap about their passing there was in the opening 20 minutes as Veron goes down. He's fouled there by Abina, and that will be a free kick to Argentina. And Messi is over this ball with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Maradona, arms folded once again. He had 23 matches in club football in Argentina and won only 3 of them before having a 9-year break from football. Messi now coming forward up towards the edge of the penalty area, and the challenge comes in from Odia right on the edge of the box, and a free kick here for Argentina.
Mesmerising run again from deep, from the halfway line, takes it to the 18-yard box, gets his team a free kick. He draws so many defenders towards him that in the end you're either fouling him or you're letting him go. The ball's never far away from his feet, so it was another great run.
And Tevez here has been pulled away by Mascherano, having a word with one of the Nigerian players, and I think his teammates here just telling Carlos Tevez to calm down.
Yeah, I don't know if they were trying to gain a couple of yards in the free kick here. Maybe Argentina, what was the situation, but it looks all calm now.
Ainse having a word with the German referee as well, and now Yakubu has stood there, arms outstretched, as he tends to do in the Premier League now and again for Everton. And it's a free kick for Argentina, about 20 yards out, and it's left of centre, and they could have about half a dozen players lining up to take this free kick. Tevez is there, Veron is there, of course Messi is there with either foot, left or right. A large green Nigerian wall is being built on the edge of the penalty area as we tick towards half-time here at Ellis Park in Johannesburg. Argentina leading by a 1-0. Gabriel Ainse, the goal scorer, and the German referee has been very deliberate trying to make sure the Nigerian wall is back the requisite 10 yards. There are 3 Argentinian players, Messi, Tevez and Veron, all over this free kick. Higuain and Di Maria waiting. It's going to be taken by Veron in the end, and rather like a number of free kicks we've seen so far at the World Cup, it's high and wide.
At the minute the ball takes off, it seems to stay up. They don't seem to be able to get it up and down quickly over the wall. And you've got to remember, some of these players are the best technicians in the world at taking free kicks. And that was Veron there, and they don't seem to be able to get the ball down quickly once they get it in there.
Do you think it's the ball or the altitude?
I think it's the ball. I think that so many players are saying the same thing, that they're not happy with the ball. And you know, footballers like I was, you know, the flight of the ball is really important to pick it up. And I think the players are complaining that they're not quite sure.
Di Maria coming forward now down the left-hand side. Can he keep the ball in play? Oh, he did wonderfully well there to manage to check back and initially keep it in play, but the momentum of the ball and his body took the ball out, and it goes out for a goal kick to Nigeria. We're into 1 minute of added time at the end of this first half, with Argentina leading Nigeria by 1-0 on 5 Live Sport. More coming up, previewing the England-USA game at half-time here at Ellis Park in Johannesburg. Kick-off tonight, of course, is at 7:30. And as I said already today, South Korea beating Greece by 1-0. Park Ji-sung becoming the first English Premier League goal scorer at the 2010 World Cup, scoring the second goal. Greece looked very, very poor in that game in Port Elizabeth. As a long ball is played forward now by Nigeria, looking to find the run of Yakubu. Veron plays it back towards Romero, who rather shanked his clearance, and that will be a throw-in to Nigeria midway inside the Argentinian half. Not time to take it. Wolfgang Stark blows the whistle. Argentina lead here by 1-0, and a quick word from David Moyes.
Well, I enjoyed it, especially the opening part of the game. The first 20 minutes was excellent. It's been a really good game. I've enjoyed the whole thing. Argentina, some of their play has been excellent. Nigeria slowly got themselves back into it, and in a way I think they'll be happy to go in only a goal down.
Argentina making their way off the pitch here. Nigeria, interestingly, are having a half-time huddle inside the centre circle at the moment to maybe try and sort things out and try and stop the likes of Lionel Messi. But it's Gabriel Heinze who has scored the only goal so far. Half-time, Argentina lead Nigeria by 1-0.
The vuvuzela noise has increased a notch or two because Nigeria are out on the Ellis Park pitch below me. The Argentines are just waiting in the tunnel for some unknown reason. I think Javier Mascherano is giving them a quick team talk. David Moyes, part of our commentary team. Nigeria very much still in this, aren't they, David?
Need to pick up my mic, that would help.
I didn't want to pass on advice, but
no, they do. They've done well enough to stay in it, and I think they got a little bit back in the game. But at the moment, Argentina are the better side, and as expected, I think we would probably expect Argentina to go on and win it.
I don't know if you noticed this, Darren Fletcher, in the first half. It just started to get niggly the last 10 minutes. Then Tewo and Messi had a little set two down here. There was Yakubu and I think Gabriel Heinze as well.
Yeah, I think that's understandable, really, because I think the Nigerian players are getting frustrated because of a lack of possession, because Argentina have dominated in terms of passing the ball and keeping the ball. Interestingly, both coaches have stuck with the same sides, the same 11s for the second half. I just wonder whether Maradona might be tempted to get some help out there for Gutierrez, or even potentially give Otamendi a run out, because the one area that Argentina struggled in was at the right back position with Newcastle's Gutierrez. So we're underway in the second half. No changes. Romero in goal for Argentina. Gutierrez, Di Michele, Samuel and Heinze at the back. Then Mascherano, Veron and Di Maria, with Messi floating around all over the place behind Tevez and Higuain. More of an orthodox 4-4-2 for Nigeria. And Yema, who produced 4 wonderful saves in the first half. Odia, Yobo, Shitu and Taiwo. Then Haruna, Atuhu, Keita and Abassi, with Abina trying to support Yakubu as best he can. Gabriel Heinze got the only goal 6 minutes into the match from a Veron corner, with a great deal of assistance from Samuel, who was able to block off the defender. So Argentina in the blue and white striped shirts, black shorts and white socks, playing from right to left in this second half. All green for the Super Eagles from Nigeria. Here's Keita, hardly mentioned his name in the first half, and then it's to the right back, Odia, who's just inside Argentina's half of the field, headed away by Di Maria, and then picked up by Fulham's Dixon Atuhu, forward towards Yakubu, and then towards this right-hand side in Keita. Keita's path to the penalty area blocked by Heinze, so he goes back in field to a central position, and Atuhu and then via Haruna it goes out to Tewu on the left-hand side, and then to Abassi, crossed in from the left, and Yakubu collides with Samuel, and the ball will float harmlessly out of play for a throw into Argentina about a yard away from the corner flag on this left-hand side. Now what we want on Fife Live between 5 and 6 is a bit of positive thinking. We're calling it Positive Thinking Hour. We're going to be taking your calls 0500 909 693, and what we want to know is why England will win the World Cup. None of your nonsense about, well, they can't do it. Positive Thinking Hour. Why will England win the World Cup? Get us all in the right frame of mind before the big match in Rustenburg from 7:30. You will hear it here on 5 Live. Here come Argentina. Tevez on the right. Runs at the Marseille left-back Taiwo. Tevez has gone down far too easily, and Nigeria can bring it away towards the halfway line. They get it forward quickly towards Yakubu, but even with his pace he won't catch that, and it's going to roll out for a throw-in on the left-hand side. How hard has he found it, David, Yakubu, to come back from the injury he had? It seems to have taken a long time to shake it off.
I mean, it's a terrible injury. Andy, who's got it, the one that David Beckham's got, is a ruptured Achilles. It's a real bad injury. And, you know, I wouldn't say it's career-threatening, and he's recovered really well from it now. And he's fine. He's got over it. And, he was playing most of last season. But it is a bad injury to receive.
David Moyes, the Everton manager, with us here on 5 Live in Ellis Park in Johannesburg, with dusk just starting to descend. They've had the floodlights on all the way through for some explicable reason, but they will become more needed as time ticks on. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. South Korea beat Greece 2-0. In this group, Group B, earlier on today, Ji-sung Park of Manchester United among the scorers. England against USA from 7:30. 3 more matches tomorrow. Algeria, Slovenia, Serbia, Ghana, and Germany against Australia. Every game, all 64, from the grounds, live on BBC Radio 5 Live, your World Cup station. You don't need to be anywhere else. Messi to Veron, right-hand side, low balling towards Messi, little flick right across the 6-yard box and wide. It was so delicate from Messi, it almost nestled in, and there were 2 or 3 waiting to try and tap it in at the far post.
Yeah, Veron's now moved himself out a little bit wider where we said there was a weakness, and he puts in a really good ball, and the slightest of touch, and it is a very slight touch.
What a touch!
But just needed a tab more, that was all.
Well, Mark Chapman, just to paint the picture, is putting his jumper on. When we got in the bus to arrive here today, he just got the shirt on. I said, you'll need a jumper. He argued, brought it with him, and now he's got it on. There is just a chill in the air. It's now 16 degrees at kick-off, but as soon as the sun goes here in South Africa, it does become very chilly. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. You listen to 5 Live from the BBC, and that's an awful ball by Yobo. And nowhere near catering out of play for a throw into Argentina in front of their coach, Maradona, who tried to juggle a ball inside the technical area and didn't control it very well. I'm not sure whether the tie got in the way. The tie is almost down to his knees. He's such a little man, Maradona. Giant of the game,
I think it's the size 15 collar shirt he's got on, but it's probably choking him a bit there.
Here's Tevez. Wriggles away from the initial challenge and finds Messi. He's just caught from behind. Referee plays advantage. He's Wolfgang Stark, by the way, from Germany. Here's Gutierrez on the right-hand side. Much more comfortable when he's in an attacking position, but looks like a rabbit in the headlights defensively at times. Now Veron. That's still as elegant as ever, Juan Veron, at the age of 35. Into the feet of Gutierrez and then out towards the far side. And Argentina will continue to build. Now it's with the captain, Mascherano. They've got the ability, Argentina, to keep the ball, it would appear, for as long as they want to. Now here's the danger man, Messi. Out towards the goal scorer, Ainsley, left-hand side. About a yard in from the touchline. Back to Messi again. Messi just ambles forward towards a 2, then leaves him for dead and plays it short for Tevez. Tevez right foot shot, charged down by Haruna, and Nigeria get the possession again on the left-hand side. Yeah, they've got to keep their discipline, Nigeria, when they don't have the ball, and they're doing it well. They're not getting dragged out of position, they're keeping their shape. Nigerian back 4 isn't coming up too high where there's any space for them to go in behind. They've just got to watch now. Messi and Tevez are getting space. Tevez has space and he's running at the Nigeria defence, and he plays the ball into the penalty area to Higuain. Higuain just delayed. Yobo was able to get a foot to the ball and steer it behind for a corner to Argentina. David Moyes. Yeah, it's another opportunity. Same side where they got the goal in the first half from.
So Nigeria are going to have to do better defending the corner kicks. The last couple have given them good opportunities.
So much talent on the bench for Diego Maradona. Milito, who scored the winning goal in the Italian Cup final, the Champions League final, and got the goal to clinch Serie A for Inter Milan, is on the bench. Aguero, who might be in the Premier League, if you believe what you read, next season, is also available. An embarrassment of attacking riches for Argentina. 51 minutes gone. Veron's corner into the middle, headed goalwards by Samuel, and over the top of the bar. I think it just took him a bit by surprise.
Yeah, Nigeria are trying to be Sono, and it's not working for them at all. They don't look particularly comfortable with it. And they've had 3 opportunities, scored 1, and they've had another 2 since.
Third at the Africa Cup of Nations for Nigeria this year. They didn't qualify for the last World Cup, and they're going to make a change, and they're going to take off Abina and send on a striker to give some support for Yakubu, which might be a sensible move by Lars Lagerbäck. And the former Newcastle man, Obafemi Martins, is coming on. David, is that a good tactical decision?
Well, I think Obina's been playing up front near enough with Yakubu, and they've been quite brave in the way they've set up Nigeria. For me, near enough 4-4-2. And we saw it last night with the manager of Mexico. He made changes to get back in the game, and it worked for him. And interesting, it's a really early change. And they're obviously Obafemi Martins, as we all know, has got ability of scoring.
Higuain tackled inside Nigeria's half of the field. Big Danny Shitu will rumble forward. Looks like he's not played too much football this season. And then continued his run beyond Keita. Didn't get the ball, it's gone out for a throw-in. He's had a bit of an iffy season, shall we say, for Wolfsburg Martins. Just 1 goal for them in the Bundesliga. And he only started one of the qualifying games as well. He did get a couple of goals in qualifying, but despite a goal ratio of just about 1 in 2 at international level, he's never a favourite and never seems to start too many matches.
No, he's an unpredictable player. You're never quite sure, and I think at the moment, Nigeria might need somebody who can maybe do something off the cuff and get them a goal.
Here's Yakubu, and then out towards the left-hand side towards Abassi. Gutierrez is across there for Argentina. Infield it goes to Haruna. And then there's a first touch for Martins out towards this right side, and Keita. It's a good build-up this by Nigeria. Keita's ball into the box towards Yakubu. Decent challenge on him though by Samuel. And then it's played forward towards Higuain. But as we've seen in a lot of matches in this World Cup so far, the pace of the pass needs to be slightly different at altitude to make it work. And far too many players at the moment are just finding it hard and over-hitting the ball slightly.
There's been a lot of passes going astray, a lot of longer passes. The short passes is fine, but anything over sort of 20-30 yards, and we're finding people are difficult to get the distance right and the feel of the ball right.
Maradona with his arms crossed again inside the technical area with the grey suit on and the shaggy black hair, the white on the beard, and all the passion that you can imagine from the Argentina coach. The throw-in taken from just in front of him, and via a header back from Higuain, it works its way to Messi. Now here's Mascherano, the captain. Like a lot of players in this tournament, he's got the boots on, which are silver at the front and bright fluorescent orange at the back. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. If you're just joining us here on 5 Live, and 9 minutes are gone in the second half. Gabriel Heinze got the only goal in the match, the Marseille defender, the former Manchester United man, with a header from Veron's corner after 6 minutes. That's forward towards Di Maria, who couldn't quite control it on the edge of the Nigeria penalty area, and it rolls through to Enyema. And we can't really overstate the impact that he's had on the game so far. Enyema, 3 brilliant saves from Messi in the first half and 1 from Higuain as well. If it wasn't for him, Argentina would be clearly out of sight.
A couple of really good saves, and he was going for the saves nearly with his wrong arm. He was diving and he was bringing his other arm up, but he kept the ball out the net, and that's what the job is.
Saw Kune for South Africa yesterday. He was flamboyant to say the least in goal, and I think Victor Enyema is cut from the same cloth. Here come Nigeria down the right hand side with Odia, angle of the penalty area, floated into the centre, too high for Yakubu, picked up on the left hand side, crossed in, Yakubu in the middle, didn't quite pick him out. Di Maria will run to try and keep it in play, and the young Benfica winger does superbly well. Showed a real desire to keep that ball in play, and then he can float it up to Messi just short of halfway. His control as always is perfect. In towards Higuain, race with Yobo, good tackle by the Everton man. It'll be a corner. He had to make that challenge.
Yeah, Joseph done what he's good at. He showed good pace, Joseph, to stay with him. Nice ball by Messi to get in behind, and Joe, it needed Joe's pace to stay with him.
I think one more stride and Higuain might have been beyond him.
Higuain might have got to the other side of him, you're right.
Corner to Argentina, left hand side, leading Nigeria by a goal to 0. So there's a bit more gusto about the Vuvuzela blowing, with the flashbulbs going off around this very colourful stadium. Messi's corner, taken back to Di Maria, totally unmarked. He's got time to take a touch, floats in the cross, goalkeeper comes, didn't really get there, picked up on the right edge of the penalty area by Higuain for Argentina, and then his cross is blocked, and it's gone out for a throw-in on the far side. We've seen a few sides in this tournament so far struggle on crosses, and Nigeria look like they're going to be another one.
Yeah. There was a cross came in by Nigeria there, and it flew over the top of Gutierrez's head again, and it looks as if nobody can pick up the flight of the ball. And it'll cause problems not just for these teams but for all the teams.
I said before the opening game yesterday, I think it'll be a World Cup of goals due to the conditions and the ball, and not seen anything so far to change that view. The man that's got the only goal so far in this one is Ainse, and he's in possession for Argentina inside the Nigeria half. Now Mascherano, square ball to Messi, and then first time on by the Barcelona wonder boy to Veron. Veron back to Messi. Messi might go through the gears, keeps it, plays it short, back to Mascherano, and then to Messi again, and you get the feeling Argentina are toying with Nigeria once more. Now Tevez. Tevez into the penalty area. Two defenders around him, but he's got support in Gutierrez. Elected not to use the Newcastle player, and it's away by Nigeria. I just wonder at times, David, there's a bit of overconfidence in Argentina because they've had so much of the ball.
Yeah, Nigeria are finding it really difficult to get up, and their defenders don't really want to push up too far, and it's making it a hard job for the midfield players. Messi and Tevez getting between the lines of them incredibly well, and I think it's all Argentina again.
Tevez again just outside the penalty area. Nigeria preparing a second change. Can't quite see the number on the back of the shirt at the moment. I think it's the number 11. I think it's Odemwingie as Argentina try and move into the Nigeria penalty area. It's cleared away, and then Tevez gets the last touch on the ball as it goes out of play on the far side. It is going to be Peter Odemwingie from Lokomotiv Moscow, who was born in Russia but plays for Nigeria, vastly experienced at international level, and that's going to be the second change that Lars Lagerbäck, the Swedish coach, is going to take, bearing in mind he sent on Obafemi Martins at the start of this second half. Here's Tevez for Argentina though, and now at Messi, back now to Di Maria. He's playing a bit narrower second half, Di Maria, the youngster from Benfica. Ainse's ball in towards Higuain, and Shitu, who's big and hard to knock off the ball, stands his ground and is able to clear. Yakubu on the halfway line, but feature of Argentina's players, they get lots of bodies around the ball. Yakubu, as David Moyes quite rightly says, did well. Then just delaying on the ball on the far side was Abassi. That enabled Veron to make the challenge, and Argentina have got it back again. Because they're not seeing much of the ball, the decision making from Nigeria isn't maybe as sharp as it could be.
You're right, and what they're needing to get a bit more control and a few more passes like they did near the end of the first half.
Messi on the run inside Nigeria's half of the field, still going Messi into the penalty area. Messi with the angled shot, blocked by the right back Odia behind for a corner. He just glides over the field, doesn't he?
He's just ran with the ball 50 yards there across the field, sort of eliminating defender after defender, and gets his team a corner kick.
Well, here's the change, and it's going to be Abassi to come off and Odemwingie to come on, so it's pretty much a like-for-like change.
Yeah, they've made the changes quickly, like the Mexico coach last night. Lars Lagerbäck has made the changes early as well in the game to see if he can get his team back in it.
Lots of experience for Lagerbäck, 67 years old, around the Swedish setup for so long, and was chosen over Glenn Hoddle and Sven-Göran Eriksson for this job. Sends on Odemwingie with the Vuvuzelas at full blast, and Argentina with this corner on the left-hand side. Approaching an hour. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0, 8 say in the first half. Messi's corner, headed away by Dixon at Tuhu, belted back in by Di Maria, and blocked by a Nigerian defender inside their own penalty area. Now it's sent forward down the right-hand side for Martins to run after, and he gets to the ball in front of Mascherano, desperate for support. Odemwingie in the centre, rolled back to Keita, left foot shot, always rising, and that's over the bar. But just for a second there, Nigeria found themselves in a very good position.
They had a good opportunity on the counter-attack. They got it cleared. It was 1v1 Martins against Mascherano. I expected them to go up and try and take him on completely. Plays it inside and ended up with a poor effort at goal.
Remember what's coming up on your World Cup station, 5 Live, between 5 and 6, positive thinking hour. Book your calls, 0500 909 693. We want you to tell us why England will win the World Cup. Not why they can't, why they can. And then from 7:30 in Rustenburg, Mike Ingham, Alan Green, Graham Taylor and Chris Waddle will bring you the game you're waiting for. England versus USA as Fabio Capello and the boys get their World Cup campaign underway. And remember, all 64 games live from the ground on the home of live football, 5 Live, your World Cup station. 1-0 to Argentina here in Ellis Park in Johannesburg. Obafemi Martins in possession. Same colour boots on as Haruna. Shot by the youngster, takes a deflection of Mascherano, and it's a Nigeria corner. And the fans behind Romero's goal away to our right are dancing a real jig. The drums are being played, the vuvuzelas are being blown, and there's a real rhythmic dance going on behind Romero's goal away to our right-hand side. And now the Nigerian supporters start to wave their scarves and flags because their team have a corner on the right-hand side. Delivered by Haruna, deep into the centre, far too deep for Yakubu. Picked up left side, just infield by Odemwingie. That's a good ball in, and it's fisted away by Romero, who had to get there in front of Martin.
Yeah, we see another corner kick there, but it floats away out to the right over beyond everybody out the back. But then it was another good ball back in.
Nigeria just having a decent spell now in terms of actually forcing 1 or 2 opportunities and seeing a bit of the ball. Here's Yakubu down the left, moves away from Di Michaelis, who surely brought him down. Didn't get anything on the ball, the Bayern Munich defender, and quite rightly the referee's given a free kick just infield from the touchline to Nigeria, David.
Yak done really well there. It was a good first touch, took it away from him, and he just buys a free kick there, gets a free kick in another good position. And Nigeria now need to try and make one of these count if they can.
The substitution seems to have had an impact because Yakubu looks happy with Martins up there with him, and Odemwingie looks a bigger threat than Abassi did down the left, and it's going to be Odemwingie with this free kick from about 3 yards in from the left-hand touchline. Delivered into the centre. Juan Veron with the free header clears his lines. Back in by Tewu. Over the top of the bar. Danger averted for Argentina. David Moyes.
Yeah, well, Nigeria have just had a little spell there. Prior to that, Argentina looked a better team. And Nigeria just need to keep in the game, but they need to make more of their opportunities with the set pieces.
They say red sky at night, Shepherd's Delight. We've got a red sky here in Johannesburg, above Ellis Park with the floodlights on, and Argentina leading Nigeria by 1-0 as they try and get their World Cup 2010 campaign off to a winning start under Diego Maradona. Here's Veron for Argentina. We've seen some wonderful passes from him in this match. I think they're certainly going to be one of the better teams to watch in the competition, Argentina, particularly this man Messi. Back to the veteran Veron, then out to Ainse, and now Higuain, who's missed a couple of really good chances in this match, the Real Madrid striker. Mascherano out to Ainse on the left-hand side. Then back to Higuain. And he can't find Mascherano. It's a hopeless ball. And here come Nigeria on the attack with Martins. To Yakubu. Forced wide by the pass. Only Martins in the centre. Odemwingie provides support. Yakubu did really well on the far side. He was a bit isolated. And he's won a corner off Gutierrez.
It wasn't a great ball by Martins, but Yak done well, got a hold of it. It's into a corner. But it was given away by Higuain and in a dangerous position. And this is on the counter. Nigeria look as if they could be dangerous.
So corner to Nigeria, left-hand side. You can tell they're in a decent position because the vuvuzelas are being blown. Haruna's gone across to take it from the left-hand side. Shitu's forward. Yobo's in there as well. It's into the centre. It's headed away by Ainse. It's picked up on this right-hand side and delivered in by Keita. Via a deflection of Mascherano, it'll be picked up by Tevez. And now Argentina have got a 4-on-2. Tevez over the halfway line. Di Maria, Higuain and Messi are up there with him. Tevez to the edge of the penalty area. To Lionel Messi. Messi for Argentina. Left foot shot wide. Should have been 2-0. They didn't make the most of what was a brilliant break.
Oh, what a counter-attack. 4v2. I'm just not quite sure if Tevez has played the right pass, the right choice to Messi in the end, but it's great play, and in the end how Nigeria don't lose another goal, I don't know.
Well, what an opportunity. Carlos Tevez carried the ball at least 60 yards, and then when Messi gets it inside the box you feel he's got to score, and he's not quite got the accuracy in those boots so far
I've
today.
got to say Taiwo done well. He stuck with them and forced them to pass it wide of the goal.
Here's Veron for Argentina, lifts it forward in the general direction of Messi, too high for him. And Odia clears the ball away for the team known as the Super Eagles in all green. Now Messi's got the possession and he can run at Yobo. Still Messi, wonderful balance. Messi into the penalty area. Shot by Higuain, saved by the goalkeeper again. He's been a one-man defence back there for Nigeria. That's the 5th time he's denied Argentina a goal.
Yeah, what another good save.
Now here comes Odemwingie, and he's in for Nigeria. In the centre is Martins. Odemwingie didn't cross it, had one touch too many, kicks it behind for a goal kick. It was almost as if he thought, blimey, we might get a goal here, and he panicked.
It's like a game of basketball at the moment. one moment it was 4v2 at one end, and then there was a 2v1 for Nigeria against Argentina, going into Argentina's back defender. I can't believe it there. What a great chance.
Well, it's gone from being cagey to wide open, this. It's like the last 5 minutes of an FA Cup third round tie. Argentina 1, Nigeria 0, and we could have had a goal at both ends in the space of a frantic 60 seconds. Tevez to Messi. You just get the feeling that Messi can score when he wants to in this match.
And every so often the game just settles down, everybody strokes the ball about for a minute or two, get their breath back, and then it goes from end to end again.
Here's Varane, to Messi, and then out towards Gutierrez on the right. Gutierrez, poor ball by Varane, you can't blame Gutierrez for that, couldn't keep it in, and it's out for a throw-in.
Maradona's not enjoying that at all. A slack pass by Varane to Gutierrez, and he's thrown his arms up in the air a bit.
I think he's acutely aware, David, that Argentina need a second goal in this match, because they're just growing in confidence a little bit. The substitutions have changed it ever so slightly, and I'm not saying he's nervous down there, Maradona, but I think he knows what the benefit of a second goal will bring.
Yeah, they need the second goal. It's always the same when you're a manager. You need that second goal to make you feel at ease. But Nigeria are maybe as likely as Argentina to score at this moment in time.
Still got the arms tightly folded. I think they've tied the wrists together again for this second half for Maradona. Here's Heinze. Seems an awfully long time since he scored with that brilliant header, quite brilliant header, 12 yards, picked out the top corner. When we saw it on the replay at half-time, you saw exactly how much he had to do. Here's Gutierrez inside the Nigeria half on the right-hand side. Little ball back in field to Tevez, and then Tevez assesses the options, and whenever Argentina have got the ball, there are numerous options available to the man in possession. Mascherano's ball out towards the left side towards Di Maria is cleared out for a throw-in. It's the midway point of the second half. It's Argentina 1, Nigeria 0. Still anybody's match. And here's Nigel Adderley.
Yeah, thank you, Darren. Intriguingly poised as Gabriel Heinze receives the ball from Diego Maradona and takes a throw-in for Argentina. Midway inside the Nigeria half. Back to the only goal scorer so far, Gabriel Heinze, although Argentina could and maybe should have had 4 or 5. Now Messi plays it on towards Higuain with a shot, and it took a deflection, spins high over the crossbar, and that will be a corner to Argentina.
Higuain's had 3 or 4 opportunities at goal. I think he should have scored in the first half. There's another one there, and the keeper saved one just earlier. So you can see why he's a goal scorer.
But he may also be a man under pressure as well, with the likes of Sergio Aguero waiting on the bench for Argentina. And with such a talented squad, we were looking at the bench before the game, and half of those players would walk into many teams here at the World Cup. Short corner for Messi to find Di Maria now inside the penalty area. A double deflection in the end off Yakubu, and Martins behind for another corner. Sorry, David.
Yeah, you've got Milito as well, waiting goal scorer as well. So they've got a really strong bench and people who can score goals. They can change it whenever they like, but at this time there's been no changes from Maradona and the team he started with.
But they only lead 1-0 here. Messi with the corner, driven towards Varane, thinks about the volley, right-footed, does volley, but never really got hold of it, and it's high over the crossbar for a goal kick. And we have only 21 minutes to play here. Argentina still lead Nigeria by a goal to 0 here on 5 Live. A reminder, between 5 and 6 our positive thinking hour, 0500 909 693. Tell us why England will win the World Cup. And of course, following that, we'll have all the build-up to the big game tonight, 7:30, England against the USA. Alan Green was 6:06 following that game, and Nicky Campbell live in Rustenburg for 5 Live breakfast from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
I think Di Maria might have a problem here. I think he's signalled to the bench, and I think they may be going to get somebody ready. I think he's got it looks like his calf he's complaining about, so we maybe get the first Argentinian change.
And Yema clears downfield for Nigeria, playing from left to right in the second half. A rather chilly early evening now here in Johannesburg as Di Maria wins the ball back from Odaya, and now a long ball played forward for Nigeria. Long diagonal from right to left, and it's picked up by Adam Wingate, attacking the penalty area. Laid back in field towards Taylor with a low shot, just wide, and Nigeria there, despite countless Argentinian chances, inches away from an equaliser.
What a good strike in the end. It was just a bit of a nothing ball which floated all the way out to outside left and was picked up, and the ball's flying so far. The goalkeeper's taking goal kicks, diagonal passes. This one this time gets to somebody, and what a good chance. Well, not a good chance, but certainly a good effort and goal.
And Tewu there was caught as he took that shot on the edge of the penalty area, half a yard wide in the end, and no doubt, David Moyes, since Odin Wingate came on that far side, again it's Gutierrez with the problem, and Nigeria finding some joy.
Yeah, they are. They had a bit of joy in the first half, but I think that the changes have made Nigeria better, and I think we're going to get an Argentinian change in a moment or two. I'm not quite sure who's coming on, but they look as if they're going to make the first change. 19
minutes to play here. Argentina still leading Nigeria, but only by a goal to nil here in Group B at the 2010 World Cup. Earlier on today, South Korea beat Greece by 2 goals to nil. Park Ji-sung among the goal scorers, and Tai Tae-woo has been carried off on the far side for Nigeria, and Argentina also about to make a change as well, and it's the number 20 who was coming on, and that's Maxi Rodriguez, of course, of Liverpool, another Merseyside-based player, as Tevez is bowled over, but Argentina win the ball back. Here's Messi trying to find Tevez again, but the pass forward is cut out, and Keita will try and bring it forward now for Nigeria, but the passing has been poor at times from Lars Lardebek's team, and Argentina win it back, and it's back with Romero, who at times has been a spectator in this game, as Argentina look to build with Veron.
And it looks as if they're about to take the left back off Nigeria.
Yeah,
I think the signal's been given, and you certainly can't play against Argentina for 10 men for too long, so I'm sure the manager will be anxious to get the player on quickly.
Here is Ainse, watched by Maradona only a couple of yards away, prowling the edge of the technical area, just the wrong side of squat these days, but he's shown plenty of energy watching his team as Messi picks the ball up midway inside the Nigerian half on the far side, the right, and now Gutierrez rather languidly plays it back in field, and Messi has it again on towards Veron, and Nigeria dropping very deep here with their 10 men, just trying to hold out until they can make the change. Here's Messi up towards the edge of the penalty area, dabs it back towards Mascherano, and now wide to the far side, the right, and Gutierrez, who thinks about taking on Odin Wingate, but instead comes in field, and the move breaks down as Atuhu plays it forward towards Yakubu, who's played extremely well for Nigeria, but on this occasion, operating on his own on the far side, he gives the ball away. Veron finding Messi, can attack the penalty area and come in field onto his right foot. Eventually, he's bowled over there by Odin Wingate, but there is the threat, ever present from Lionel Messi.
Coming off the right onto his left there gives him was a great chance. It's a foul from behind, but they've got 10 men at the moment, Nigeria, and because of that then they're just under pressure, and there was periods there where the game was walking, the players were nearly walking, the Argentina players, if they were saving their energy, but this is a good position for a free kick, but we've yet to see a goal from any free kick in the World Cup so far.
And it's Juan Sebastian Veron who was coming off, David, replaced by Maxi Rodriguez, so that's an interesting move.
Yeah, well, it looked as if Di Maria had got an injury, but can't be, must be okay.
Well, now 35, Juan Veron, of course, playing here at altitude, 1,800 metres above sea level here in Johannesburg, and maybe the legs have just gone for the former Manchester United and Chelsea man, but Argentina here have a free kick, but Nigeria would like to make the change first as well, and they do so, and it's Tae-woo who is coming off. And it's Kalu Uche, who plays for Almeria, a team that survived in Serie A this season, who will come on to replace him. Messi over the free kick, curled right-footed, and it's high over the crossbar.
Yeah. I wonder if they've just brought Rodriguez on to go on the right-hand side, where, if anything, Argentina have looked a little bit weak. Nigeria begin to get a bit of joy down that side, so I think that they've put Rodriguez out there just to shore it up a little bit more.
One of the final signings made by Rafa Benitez at Liverpool in the January transfer window, Maxi Rodriguez, as the man of the match so far, unquestionably Vincent Onyema, clears downfield for Nigeria. Still only trailing here by a goal to nil with 15 minutes to play on 5 Live Sport, your World Cup station, live here from Ellis Park in Johannesburg, and they try and build. Odia with a powerful run forward down this near side, the right. The challenge comes in. Mascherano tries to save the corner, and he can't do so.
No, it's a corner. It's another chance for Nigeria to try and make something of it. Argentina scored the only goal of the game from a corner, so let's see if Nigeria can get one.
And it's Lukman Haruna who will take this corner now down this near side for Nigeria, down their right. Plenty of movement inside the penalty area, high towards the far post. It's controlled by Odin Wingate, and Wolfgang Stark sees something he doesn't appreciate, and it's a free kick to Argentina. In fact, the ball actually went out as he played that ball in. The ball going behind and coming back in, so Argentina have the goal.
And
kick.
again, he hit it that far. I mean, it was way beyond the back of the 18-yard box on the other side of the field. So it was the balls flying from the corner kicks, and I think they're going to have to adapt when they take them and deliver better balls in.
A long ball played forward again by Shitu, over the top for Nigeria, headed away by Samuel, but Atuhu gets there first for the Super Eagles, but Argentina play the ball away. 14 minutes to play here. Darkness now descending around Ellis Park. Higuain does well to control the ball for Argentina. Down this near side, the man who had such a good season for Real Madrid in La Liga. Back in field towards Mascherano. And now Messi again, who was caught rather late there by Haruna. And the free kick has been given, and this will be a yellow card for the man from Monaco. Haruna can't believe it, but he went straight through the back of Messi there, David.
Yeah, he did, and I think he's done quite well in the middle of the park, the lad. I really do, and they've kept their discipline, because this is tough for them to stay in it, and when they don't have the ball, they've got to make sure that they keep their discipline, and in the main they've done very well. Only
20, Lukman Haruna, but of course with the absence of John Obi Mikel, plenty of responsibility placed on his shoulders. Somebody has a laser pen, and again they're tracing the ball on the far side as Messi takes the free kick wide towards Gutierrez. 55,686 the crowd here inside Ellis Park as Mascherano plays it forward now towards Tevez. Comes infield onto his right foot. High ball wide to the far side looking for Maxi Rodriguez. It's cleared away though as far as Gutierrez. Infield towards Messi again. Tries to find Rodriguez. A collector's item there. Lionel Messi giving the ball away. And now Nigeria will try and bring it forward. It's Yakubu on the halfway line. Turns away from the challenge of Dumichelis wide to this near side. And Uche can't control the pass, and it's gone out for a throw into Argentina.
Well played, Yak. He got a hold of it, held the defender off, turned and played a really good pass out wide, which was miscontrolled, and it was a great chance again for Nigeria to get on the break.
And the man who won the Champions League for Inter Milan and Jose Mourinho, Diego Milito, is about to come on for Argentina, but not before Obafemi Martins comes forward. Now the shot comes in from him from Nigeria, fisted away by Romero. Now Odemwingie, wide on the far side, the left, comes in field, and now back on the outside beyond Samuel into the penalty area. It's still Odemwingie, eventually a high ball in, maybe looped off the defender.
I thought
it's behind for a goal kick.
I thought Martins took the wrong choice there. I thought he could have slipped it out wide, and he chose to shoot from 25 yards. It wasn't a bad shot, but I thought he had a better chance to play it wide and get somebody else in.
And that ball was moving, and Romero chose there to punch the ball into the ground as Argentina make the change. Milito is coming on, and it's Gonzalo Higuain is the man who is coming off, and maybe he'll be looking back on a few missed chances as he makes his way from Ellis Park today. Yeah,
he said the opportunities, and with the players who are sitting in the bench, as we said earlier on, maybe when you get them, you're going to have to take them, the Argentinian team, with Milito there, Aguero there as well. They're very, very strong in the forward positions.
Well, some appreciation shown for Higuain's performance from Diego Maradona as he makes his way towards the Argentinian bench. 11 minutes to play now, still only 1-0. A long ball played forward now, long downfield for Argentina from the goalkeeper. One bounce out for a goal kick.
I can't believe how far the goal kicks are going. They're kicking the ball nearly the full length of the pitch. Now, I don't know if it's the ball or if it's the altitude, but I think the defenders are finding it a real problem. The ball's flying right through.
And Yema will now take the goal kick for Nigeria. Only 1-0 the goal, very early on, scored by Gabriel Heinze here on 5 Live. England against USA kicking off at 7:30. Before then, we want your calls on why England can win the World Cup between 5 and 6 coming up on 5 Live as Messi plays it wide towards the far side and Maxi Rodriguez back in field towards Tevez. And now Maxi Rodriguez again finds Messi popping up inside the penalty area down the right, back towards Tevez, support left and right, but Tevez dallies on the ball, challenged by Martins, and goes back towards Gutierrez. Argentina again, pass, managing to keep possession and also working Nigeria as we approach the final 10 minutes here. Wide towards this near side, and Heinze again, back in field to Walter Samuel, who had a key role by blocking off the challenge of Abassi to make the space for Heinze to score the only goal so far in the 6th minute. Now Heinze down the line near side, looking for Di Maria. The ball's overhit and it will be a throw-in. And you get the feeling, David Moyes, Nigeria may get one more chance.
Well, I do. I think there's another goal in the game. I don't know what end it's going to come at the moment because Argentina look as if they can score when they go forward. But there's Nigeria on the break, with Martins now, the unpredictability. Yak's played well, and the wingers have got on now. Nigeria, they are causing them one or two problems.
Here's Mascherano now with those bright orange flashes on the boot, wide towards this near side. Messi picks the ball up midway inside the Nigerian half, back in field towards Di Maria. Here's Messi inside the penalty area, great save again by Onyema to block, and it's smuggled behind by Shitu for a corner. Great play by Argentina, but Messi couldn't find the finish, denied by Onyema yet again.
Magic by Messi once again, dribbling in off the line, them and Di Maria got the ball back to him. If anything, I just thought maybe Messi could have finished it better. I think he hits it nearly at the goalkeeper, but unbelievable play by Messi.
Not just eyes in the back of his head, eyes all round his head.
What a player the lad is. He really is, and he's not disappointing, that's for sure, in this game.
The corner's played short towards Di Maria, down this near side, drifted across the penalty area. A poor ball in the end, and Odunwinge will clear for Nigeria, and he brings the ball forward on the far side. Their left, a very open field to this game with 8 minutes to play, and Argentina only leading Nigeria here in Group B by just that solitary Gabriel Ainse goal to nil. Wide towards Uche down this near side, spins away from the challenge of Ainse. He's found Yakubu into the penalty area down the right, a low ball played in. Here's a great chance for Uche. Volleys over the crossbar, 10 yards out. That was Nigeria's chance, teed up by a great run from Yakubu, and Uche had time to finish there and couldn't find the finish.
What a chance. He started to move, Yak picked it up and he lays it to him round about the penalty spot just to hit it home, volley it home, and he just doesn't finish it at all. It doesn't get better than that, doesn't make a good enough connection, but good play by Nigeria.
Another team to the tournament, David, will spot how much space he had inside the penalty area.
Well, what's noticeable for me, Argentina going forward, you're out your seat watching them, they're that good. But defensively, I think Nigeria have had 3 or 4 really good chances.
Uche coming forward again now, but gives the ball away. Mascherano with the clearance, but Uche is back there to pick the ball up and find Haruna now for Nigeria. A run from deep from Odia. Nigeria beginning to grow in belief here the longer this game goes on, but Odia is tackled by Mascherano, and now Tevez can release Milito. Bursting forward, Messi wants the ball inside the penalty area. It's still Milito, checks on the ball now, plays a low ball in, which hits Yobo, and now it will be cleared away by Nigeria.
It's back to the basketball game again. We had a 3v2 there where Argentina, Joseph Yobo done really well to hold Milito up and intercept it in the end. But there has to be another goal in this game. The way it's going at the moment, both teams have had chances.
7 minutes to play. Argentina still lead by that goal to nil. Di Maria finds Messi coming forward now in the central area. Forward towards Milito, tried to feed the reverse ball to Di Maria down this near side, the left, but it was overhit and it's behind for a goal kick. But the vision from the Argentinian players, not just Messi, is fantastic.
Yeah, there was some sublime play there. It really was, good pass, and it just went astray right at the end. But they look as if they can create goals and chances, or score goals, I should say, Argentina. But Nigeria have just shown that there could be a few weaknesses at the back for Argentina, and maybe better opposition will score against them.
Gutierrez trying to move forward now, down the Argentinian right. Milito comes short, but Gutierrez still goes, plows a rather lone furrow, and is challenged by Odunwinge, and now Nigeria can bring the ball away with Yobo. Further wide towards this near side, and Odia. Space for Uche, tries a rather audacious back heel as Argentina prepare to make their final challenge. It will be a throw-in down this near side, and coming on is Nicolas Burdisso, who played his football in Serie A at Roma last season on loan from Inter Milan, and I think that's an attempt to maybe shore things up from Diego Maradona.
Yeah, it looks as if he's going to bring in another defender. We're not quite sure who he's going to take off, but I think it's probably the right decision at this moment in time. He's winning the game, and
Di Maria,
so looks as if he's going to try and see the game out if he can now, and let the forward boys take care of the goals if they get the opportunity.
5 minutes to play, so Burdisso comes on to replace Di Maria. Argentina leading here by a goal to nil, and as things stand, they will meet the other winners in this group, South Korea, across Johannesburg in Soccer City on Thursday. Greece against Nigeria, the other game in Bloemfontein.
It's really interesting. Gutierrez, who started at right back, has now come to outside left, so it just shows you the versatility of the player, and from right back to outside left, some change.
Now Maxi Rodriguez inside the penalty area, found by Tevez, almost wrestled to the ground there. The challenge comes in from the Nigerian defender, and they bring the ball clear with Odom Wingate. A rather dangerous ball in field, but it's picked up by Danny Shitu, rumbling forward inside the centre circle. Wide towards Uche, almost a training game now, as Nigeria bring the ball forward, searching for the equaliser. Uche plays a good ball wide to the left, looking for Odom Wingate, who controls it. Back into the penalty area once again. Shitu there as emergency centre forward, and Di Michaelis with the challenge for Argentina.
I can see why they've brought Burdisso on, because Odom Wingate certainly had a bit of joy down that side, and they've been getting the ball out to him. And it's Nigeria on the attack again.
Haruna plays the ball in field. The shot comes in from Yakubu on the turn. 25 yards out, over the top, but not too far away.
Good effort by Yak. Flew over the bar like most shots I've done in the games I've seen so far. But a good effort.
Had that been a normal ball, in inverted commas, that would have dipped under the crossbar and gone in.
Yeah, it just looks you can see it just looks when it gets into the air, it keeps going. And, it'll take the players a while to get used to it.
Well, it's been a fascinating game. 3.5 minutes to play, and Argentina just beginning to hang on here as Di Michaelis plays it forward down the line far side, looking for Messi, playing at walking pace, infield towards Tevez, and now Messi again. Can he produce a final flourish for Diego Maradona's men? He comes forward and tries to find Milito, but the challenge comes in from Dixon Atuhu of Fulham, but Argentina win it back again on the far side. Messi, instant control from him, back towards Rodriguez, infield towards Tevez, and now Mascherano into the final 3 minutes. Forward looking for Milito, but a poor ball cut out well by Joseph Yobo, who maybe thought about making a Shitu-style dash forward, but instead plays the ball in field, and it was the right decision because Uche brings it forward now. Finds Odia, infield towards Haruna Lukman, and now wide towards the far side, and Atuhu, and plenty of green shirts are moving forward now inside the Argentinian penalty area. Yakubu plays the ball square towards Haruna again in the central area. Jab forward towards Martins. A back heel almost found Yakubu on the edge of the penalty area, and Argentina really hanging on now. They haven't taken their chances, and as a result Nigeria are pushing for the equaliser. High ball played forward looking for Martins inside the penalty area. Samuel knew too much, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick.
Poor ball up to Martins. They had no need to do it. And Argentina have just given the ball away a couple of times in the last minute or so, and it's given Nigeria an opportunity. And Nigeria now need to take 1 or 2 risks if they're going to try and get a goal back.
Plenty of worried Argentinian faces here all around Ellis Park. There are hundreds of banners draped all around this stadium celebrating Maradona and the various clubs as Messi picks the ball up now, but a good challenge from Shitu, but it breaks towards this near side, and Gutierrez. Now Messi again finding Tevez. Back towards Messi. Maxi Rodriguez is wide in space on the far side, the right, and eventually he's found by Tevez. Back in field towards Tevez again. Milito makes the run, but checked back as Tevez holds on to the ball, and clearly here Argentina are thinking 1-0 will do.
Yeah, they just need to keep the ball. I mean, they don't need to go forward and score a second. Nigeria sort of camped it on their 18-yard line just now. So if I was Argentina, just keep the ball and let Nigeria chase it, which they're doing.
Ainsley now back in field towards Mascherano for Argentina, and now Messi has the ball just inside the Nigerian half. A buzz around the stadium every time he receives a pass. He does so again now from Maxi Rodriguez, and this game rather dropping down to walking pace as we approach 90 minutes as Maxi Rodriguez has the ball. Milito comes short, but it's played further wide towards Burdisso, and if they're not careful here, Argentina may play themselves into trouble. But they find the out ball, and it's always Lionel Messi bursting towards the edge of the penalty area. Still Messi plays the 1-2 with Milito. It's Messi. Is this the moment? No, it's not, because the challenge comes in, and a fine challenge in the end again from Keita, and it's behind for a corner.
Patient play by Argentina. They're strolling the ball around, and there's no need to play. But then what happened was it was a bit slow, and then it was very quick by Messi. Quick play, quick 1-2 with Milito, and he's really unlucky that he doesn't control it and get a second goal.
Maradona's just been told by the fourth official how much injury time there'll be, and the look of disgust on his face was very, very evident. He couldn't believe it, and there'll be 4 minutes of added time. The Argentinian corner played short towards Messi, and now back towards Maxi Rodriguez again, and now Messi square towards Tevez on the edge of the penalty area, poked back through. There are two Argentinian players there, both onside. One of them is Maxi Rodriguez, and now Gutierrez, and they go back down towards walking pace again. Gutierrez finds Milito, not too much going on ahead of him, so he comes back in field towards Tevez, who was driven back towards the halfway line by Haruna's challenge, and it's back for Di Michaelis again. We played 30 seconds of the 4 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Messi steps in field beyond Keita's challenge again, finds Maxi Rodriguez, who tries a rather audacious turn inside the penalty area. The ball runs away from him, and Onyema will take a goal kick for Nigeria. It's been a fascinating game, David Moore.
There's been moments where you think Argentina can score at will. I mean, there they were in again, round the edge of the box, and just lacked a little bit of care to get the finish. But at other times, defensively, you're just saying, are you going to be able to keep the teams out later on in the tournament?
Oh, challenge comes in there for Mascherano and Obafemi Martins. He took him out on the halfway line, but Wolfgang Stark has not shown the yellow card to the Argentinian captain. But Nigeria coming forward now with Uche, who missed a great chance in the closing stages. The challenge comes in from Gutierrez, and it's a throw into Nigeria. 2.5 minutes to play. Argentina still lead by a goal to nil. Smart turn from Uche to try and burst towards the edge of the penalty area, but the challenge comes in from Gutierrez, who then rides the tackle from Haruna, can't keep the ball in play, and Nigeria here have a throw-in midway inside the Argentinian half. England-USA coming up at 7:30. We'll be taking your calls between 5 and 6. Our positive thinking hour, 0500 909 693. Here's Haruna coming forward now. Nigeria still believing they can find the equaliser. Odunwinge popping up down the right, finds Uche. Uche tries to spin in field beyond the challenge of Mascherano, and he's still going. Gutierrez steps in. Odunwinge tries to win the ball back off him, and Gutierrez in the end wins a rather cheap free kick.
Yeah, they've had opportunities to get the ball in the box 2 or 3 times there, and they kept playing Nigeria. So they missed the opportunity, and now Argentina will get a free kick and a chance to see the game out, really.
90 seconds of injury time to play, and Diego Maradona pointedly looks at his fourth official and then looks at his watch again as Argentina have a free kick here, which the goalkeeper Sergio Romero will take. Long downfield, right-footed down this near side, looking for Milito. The ball beats him though, and in the end the referee has given a free kick. Some shirt pulling by Yobo on Milito, and Argentina here have a chance to seal this with a free kick wide on the right hand side, around 30 yards from goal.
Maradona's the cheerleader now. He's got the supporters out there waving their arms as he is in the technical area. But he'll be glad to see this out now. To win your first game is really important.
That's all you have to do.
Yeah, and I think overall Argentina have thoroughly deserved it, albeit Nigeria have had some chances.
Messi plays the ball in field towards Milito. Back heel to find Tevez now, and Argentina looking to attack the penalty area. Tevez though runs into Odia and has to come back towards this near side and find Gutierrez. The challenge comes in from Haruna, who rather cheekily tries to take a throw in for Nigeria, but Diego Maradona was right on the spot, right out of the technical area, and he's telling his team now to calm down. They've almost seen out the first game here at the World Cup and will emerge from Ellis Park with 3 points before they play South Korea at Soccer City here in Johannesburg on Thursday, and that will be the game between the two teams who have won their opening game in Group B. Throw in here to Nigeria. We've almost played the 4 minutes of added time, and Wolfgang Stark blows the full-time whistle. Diego Maradona looks jubilant, a bear hug for one of his backroom team. He's off the mark. Argentina are off the mark. They've won by a goal to nil. Gabriel Heinze, of all people, scoring the goal. And here are the thoughts of David Moyes.
Well, overall I enjoyed the game. I thought it was terrific. I thought some Argentina's play going forward was fantastic, especially Messi and what he done. Higuain missed a few chances. Nigeria, after the shaky start they had, came back in the game and done okay and done a lot of things today. I thought Yakubu was a bit unlucky that he had a good shot at the end, and he played well throughout the game. But Nigeria stuck at it, and they certainly weren't in disgrace today, that's for sure.
Fascinating game. It wasn't Messi, it wasn't Tevez, it wasn't Higuain, it was Heinze, and Argentina have won by a goal to nil.